Breakfast with your Coys. Oh yeah. Breakfast with your Coys. Breakfast with your Coys. Oh yeah. Breakfast with your Coys. Breakfast with your Coys.
Good morning, everyone. It's the weekend. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. And it is a small matter of the North London derby this weekend. A massive game for Spurs. It feels like we haven't played forever. It really does. And listen, we need something out of the game. I'm not going to say 3 points because that's a big ask, but we need something. If we could get a point, that would be a great result. It would also stop Arsenal in their tracks. They are starting to falter. The wheels are coming off the bus. And a point for Spurs against Arsenal would just hamper them that little bit more. It's a massive game for both clubs. Arsenal need 3 points to just give themselves that little bit of security at the top of the table. And Spurs would love 3 points to drag themselves away from the relegation battle. Guys, good morning. I hope everyone has slept well this Friday night, Saturday morning. Hope everyone has nice things planned today. I apologise for my lack of content this week, lack of lives anyway. But work took over during the week. It's been difficult to get on, so I had to do a live this morning. I'll be back tomorrow morning as well, and hopefully Monday morning with 3 points in the bag for Tottenham Hotspur. But how are you all feeling about the game tomorrow? Are we confident we can get something? Obviously, Arsenal draw in the last game against Wolves 2-0 up at one point, somehow managed to throw that game away in a game they never really looked like losing. But somehow they drew the game, a game they should have won. It's lovely to see, though, isn't it? It's always nice to see a meltdown at Arsenal, especially when we are in the mess that we're in as well. It just doesn't make us feel so bad, does it? All is right with the world when Arsenal are struggling. So, listen, wouldn't mind being Arsenal right now, struggling top of the league. It must be tough for them. But yeah, it is what it is. It's nice to see at least them struggling a little bit and at least giving Spurs half a chance this weekend in a game that, like I say, Spurs simply need to get something from, whether it be a point, whether it be three. One or the other. I would take either right now. I'd snap your hand off for a point. But is it more about performance rather than results? Because we have got 12 Premier League games left. You know, it's not the end of the world if we lose tomorrow, right? Well, it's not going to be a meltdown, right? I think it could be, depending on how we play. If we roll over, get our bellies tickled, like we have done so often at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, then the questions are going to be asked again, aren't they? It's not going to be one where we be like, oh well, never mind. We have to put in a performance tomorrow. It is massive. It's all about performance, not so much about result for me, because we will have 11 more Premier League games to put it right. And you know, this season isn't all on this North London derby. But if we can put a performance in and an added bonus, if we can get a point out of it, then I think as Spurs fans, we'd have to take that. You know, it's a sad state of affairs, but it's where we are as a club, I guess, that it'd be more about stopping Arsenal winning the title than us picking up, 3 points tomorrow. It's not about Spurs relegation tomorrow for me. It's about stopping Arsenal in their tracks. Like I say, we have 11 more Premier League games after this game to put the mess that we've made in this season right. And I believe we will. I don't think at this current stage there's any concern of us going down. But obviously, the more games we lose, the tighter it gets, the more teams win near the bottom of the league, and suddenly we are dragged into it. And West Ham, of course, they have Bournemouth today. Win against Bournemouth, and suddenly the pressure's on Spurs. We're talking about Arsenal being under pressure. And if Man City win this evening, then or there's only a couple of points in it, Arsenal will be under pressure. The same for Tottenham, right? In a way, because if West Ham win today, suddenly there's only 2 points away from the relegation zone and the pressure's on Spurs. But like I say, I think there are bigger fish to fry this season as for Spurs and relegation. For me, it's all about getting something out of this game, stopping Arsenal from winning the league, hopefully helping City out. But we will see what happens. Let's say good morning to the chat. I have waffled on for far too long. The Stoic is in and he says, breaking story on Fox News. Man who crashed into Nevada substation found dead in car with Arsenal. What the hell are we doing in what the hell are they doing in Nevada? Nice, mate. I like it. I like it. That must have been one hell of an explosion. Marcus says, good morning to Nige. Good morning, mate. I hope you are well. And Scott Colliver says, hello, Nige and chat. Morning, Scott. I hope you're well, buddy. Barbaric is in too. Barbaric saying, good morning, Nige. Hope you're all well, young sir. Eagle has won his first game at his last 5 clubs. How Spursy would that be? Let's keep that run going tomorrow. Smash the likes and sub, people. Big up, Barbaric. Great start. I never knew that. And that's just put a little bit of extra pressure on Tottenham. We like to end records or make them in a bad way, don't we? So let's hope that doesn't happen tomorrow. 3 points would be absolutely lovely. And big up to you, Barbaric. Rodney says, big up to all. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you. Rodney, I hope you're well. And Drula is in saying, happy weekend to you, Nige, and all in the chat. Happy weekend to you also, Drula. I hope you have a good one. Listen, guys, it's only going to be a good one if we put in a performance tomorrow, right? Again, like I've already said, it's not for me, and let me know in the chat how you feel. It's not about result tomorrow. The result would be lovely. It is all about performance. We need to put in some sort of performance to give us that confidence going into the rest of the season. Like I said, if we roll over, have our bellies tickled, get outclassed by Arsenal, which is highly likely. Arsenal are top of the league for a reason. I hate to say it. But for me, it's all about performance. And if we lose going down fighting, going down with some passion, then it won't ruin my weekend. Obviously, it kicks off at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon, so the weekend's nearly done then anyway. But I'm confident. I'm confident Spurs are going to put in a performance. But we will see what happens, guys. Let me know what you think. Result or performance? What's more important for you? Andrew Gregory says, morning, Nige. Hope you had a good week. I did, mate. I had a good week. It's been a busy week. Busy week, but not a busy week. If that makes any sense. I haven't been able to go live in the mornings because I've had to be out the door early. But yeah, not really that busy otherwise. But it is what it is. But I hope you had a good week too, mate. I hope you're well. Ronnie is in and he says, big up, Nige. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, Ronnie. I hope you're well. And Tyrell's in. Big up to you. He says, big up, Nige, and big up to the chat. Big up to you, buddy. Let me know how you think the game's going to go tomorrow. I'm guessing you think Arsenal will win. Spurs really are down to the bare bones. We have literally nobody to pick. And hearing now that Solanke may be out as well with a sore throat. Now, listen, I get it. I do get it. It's a sore throat. I know we're putting it off as, oh, sore throat, get on with it. When you've got a sore throat, you know, you're not at your best. And if Solanke's not 100%, if he's only 85%, then what's the point in playing him? Who knows? With that sore throat, he might have a fever as well. We just don't know. But let's hope he's fit enough for tomorrow. But Terrell, let me know, mate. How do you think your boys will do against us? You are massive favourites, aren't you? You've got to win this game. You've got to win this game because City. You've just got a feeling with City, haven't you? They're going to start. They're going to start turning the screw. This is the kind of time in the season where City start to motor. You know, their foot goes on the accelerator and they don't take it off. But they have a big game tonight. Newcastle will not be easy. And let's see how it goes. Feels like Man City and Newcastle played each other like 17 times this season. I'm sure they haven't. But you always get a game like that, don't you? Every year you get a game like that in the Premier League where they play each other twice in the Premier League. They play each other in a cup. They play each other in a Champions League or whatever. Feels a little bit like that with Man City, Newcastle this year, but I fancy City to win that. But it will be a tough game. Scott Colliver said, if we fight and lose a close game, it's different to just rolling over and being battered. I absolutely agree. It's massive. We have to put in a performance. And you know what? One thing I really liked from what I've seen this week is this. And it's a little thing, but you know what? Little things could turn into big things. Obviously, the team having some sort of some sort of bonding session, I guess, getting together and having a meal out together. Now, I don't know what you guys were like. I was first of all seeing who I could spot. Couldn't see Madison now. Looking over, he must be at the back there somewhere. I was looking at the people around the boss, Tudor. He looks like a bit of a nutcase. He looks like he'd be a great on a night out, Tudor. Just at the back, just like I don't know what he's doing, whether he's chanting or what, but he's doing something. Also looking to see who was on the beer, and can't see anyone. Is that wine or is that just like bottled water or flavored water? Don't know, but that's the first thing I was looking at, the alcohol and where Madison was. And what an absolute beast Tudor looks. He looks like he would be an absolutely brilliant laugh on a night out. But little things like that, guys, I really like. I really like. I think it's the little things that go a long way. And, you know, who knows? Who knows? That could bring this side together and hopefully drag us on and get us 3 points tomorrow, or at least get us a point. Like I say, right now, I will take a point. Paul's in. Big up to you, mate. So I missed your comment. Just said morning. Good morning to you, mate. Great picture of the amazing Jimmy Greaves there. What a player. Andrula says, I want both performance and result. I want to win. We cannot let them come to our manor and get a win. Yeah, I mean, I totally get that. I really do. Um, I just think of all the players we have out. If we had full squad against full squad, you know what? Then yeah, I think it's going to be a really tough game for Spurs. And we're look at who we think Tottenham will play. Guys, drop a comment in. Let me know what you think the team will be. I think the team's going to be something like this. I think it will be Vicario. I think you'll have Spence and Souza as the two wing backs. I'm guessing Poro's not fit. Then we will look with Dragishin, Van der Ven, and Polinia probably as the three centre backs. Gallagher, Sarr, and Basuma in midfield. I think he will go with a strong, high pressing, lots of legs in that midfield. I think then he will play Simmons in a kind of free role, just floating around, hopefully opening doors, unpicking locks. And I'm guessing if Solanke's not fit, it will be Mawani, who of course has played under Tudor. So that's what I think the side will be. Vicario, Spence, Souza, Polina, Dragishin, Van der Ven, Gallagher, Sarr, Basuma, Simmons, and Mawani. You look at that team now, and it's not great, is it? Let's be honest. It's not fantastic. You will see Gray on the bench, and I think that's pretty much our bench, right? Of what we've got left. If that is our only fit 11, we will have Archie Gray on the bench. Not a lot else. This is, and the more I look at it, guys, the more I think this is such a tough game. It's such a tough game. I don't quite see how we get a win. Listen, we could. There's no doubt about it. If Arsenal are bottling it a bit, there's no doubt we could get a win. But at the moment, I'm looking at the side and I'm like, this is a difficult game with all the injuries that we have. But let's hope for 3 points. Tottenham Logic is in. Good morning, Alan. I hope you're well, buddy. Says, good morning, Nige. I've heard Dragishin might miss a game because of a blocked nose. I thought for a minute you were being serious. I thought, well, Dragishin's out. What's the point? We literally won't have anyone. Yeah, yeah. Marcus says, not sure you said morning. Nodded off. Laugh out loud. Back now. It is that time in the morning. It's either that time in the morning or I bored you silly already. I don't know which one. I don't know which one, mate. But good morning, Marcus. I hope you're well, buddy. I hope you're well. Um, Finn says, let's hope there is a similar picture with them together, smiling after Sunday's game. Yeah, yeah. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I think, you know what? I'm I'm liking what Tudor is bringing to the club already. We know he's here for a short time, and that ode saying he's here for a short time, not a good time, not a long time, or whatever. I don't know, but he's here for a short time. He's not here for a good time either, and he's already said that he is literally here to win games. That's his job. He's not here for fun. He's not enjoying it. He's going to get the job done. And I like that. I'm okay with that. We all know he's not here for the long haul. He's coming here to do a job. Hopefully he does it. He gets Spurs, keeps Spurs up, which I think he will. Um, I look at the fixtures we have, and I see us winning quite a few of those games, 4 or 5, I think. And but we will see what happens. We will see what happens. Marcus said I would replace Vic. Yeah, I possibly would as well, mate. But I think it's a big call to replace Vicario. Not only, obviously, it's a big position goalkeeper, but it's the fact is his leadership skills, I guess, as well. It would be quite difficult to replace him. But listen, I'm with you. If we were around maybe, I don't know, 11th, 12th, I might think about sticking Kinski in for the rest of the season. But we will see what happens. Maybe he will. Who knows? Colin's in and Borodani's. Good morning to you, Colin. I hope you're well, mate. And Marcus says, all good. Just did a 12-hour last night, feeling fresh. Wow, fair play to you, mate. Yes, I'm guessing you're going to be sleeping most of the day. I've got to go to work after I've done this show. You know, when he's just like, it gets to a Friday and you're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to move my last job to the morning. I feel fresh then. And you move it to the morning, and then you wake up in the morning, you're like, why did I do it? Why didn't I just get it done yesterday? But it is what it is. Paul says Tudor is perfect. I like the cut of his jib. I absolutely agree, mate. I do as well. I absolutely love the way he talks. I love the way he comes across. Like I say, let's see what he does. Listen, I might change my mind quickly if we lose 3 or 4 in a row. But I just think he's going to bring this team together, and it's going to be interesting to see who he improves in this short space of time, who we can see the best of. I'm really looking forward to seeing a Xavi Simons in under this manager, seeing what he can do. Are we going to see a new lease of life from him? Are we going to see the likes of Jed Spence give a shit now? You know, it's World Cup year, 12 games to get in the World Cup squad. Now, he probably will get in the World Cup squad anyway, but are these players now going to start playing for the manager? Are they going to start playing for the fans? Are they going to start playing for them bloody selves? They need to. There's a lot at stake, and the players need to step up. It's going to be interesting to see what happens because all summer or all season, I've been saying, I've wanted Frank out, but it's not all on the manager. I've said, you know what? Some of these players are not good enough, and I've said that, and I've been argued with, and I've been told, no, no, it's all the manager. These players are good enough. It's all the manager. Well, let's see. Let's see now whether these players are good enough. Because for me, if they turn up tomorrow, if we win tomorrow and we put in a really good performance, A, I'll be absolutely delighted, right? A, I'll be delighted. But B, I'll be a little bit pissed off with the players and think to myself, why is it taking you so long to do that? You know? For me, the players need to step up. Let's see if they do. And if they don't, and we lose again and we get our bellies tickled, then for me, it has to be on the players as well and not just the manager. Darren's in, says, morning, Nige. My heart says, and we win. My head says we lose. So I'm going for a draw. I think I'm kind of with you there, mate. My heart says we've got a chance. We've got a chance. We're at the lane. Even though our form's been wretched at Spurs, always feel confident at Tottenham, always feel confident at home. So why can't we win? But then I look at the Arsenal team and I'm like, oh God, yeah, we're probably going to get hammered. So I will take a point right now. Marcus said he is cleaning his car. Do you want to come around and clean mine? Mine is minging. Mine is minging. The only problem with a white car, it gets dirty so quickly, and all around like the Mazda badge, starting to look a little bit green. well, I just need to clean it. But me and cleaning cars, just not my thing at all. I'd rather watch paint dry, to be honest. Drula says, Igor Spursy is not about names, is about head, brain, and heart. Absolutely. Like I said, he says all the right things, doesn't he? And I love that little comment that he made. I watched that earlier on Twitter. Was going to stick it on the show, but I thought, no, I better not. But big up to you, Drula, for bringing it up. And absolutely agree. It is not about names. Not right now. George is in, says, Morning, Nige. I'm not one for changing managers, even if the arrangement is short time. I'd want the club to resign him. Well, let's see what happens. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. What does happen though if we win 8 or 9 in the next 12 games and get into, say, the semi-final of the Champions League? Do we then keep him? Is the pressure on then, say, maybe the players love him. Maybe the players are like, you have to keep this manager. He is amazing. And then let's see what Spurs do. Let's get there first, though. I'm, of course, getting ahead of myself. Ricky Villas in says, Morning, Nige. Going to be an interesting one tomorrow. It is. It is going to be an interesting game, mate. Big up to you. It could go either way, couldn't it? It could be one of those where we put in a really good performance and we're really proud of the team afterwards. And we're like, you know what? We did really well. Really pleased with that. Or it could be one where we get absolutely outclassed and it's like, okay, we're worse than what I thought we were. We're worse than what I thought we were. Guys, if you haven't, smash a like. It is so important. And if you haven't subbed to the channel, sub to the channel too. I haven't seen any names I don't recognize in it. So we will see if we get anyone in that's new. And Cookie is up and about. Big up to you, Cookie. Says 12 fit players, 12 games. We are struggling. We really are. And any more injuries tomorrow. And we're down to the kids. We are down to the 17, 18-year-olds. And that's what we're left with. But you know what? It is what it is. This is what the club have done to us. So we've got to hopefully get results with the players that we have fit. Tottenham Logic says, Eagle says all the right things. Nobody I've spoken to has predicted a win, but I think Spurs fans will be very happy if we put in a fighting performance and compete with them regardless of the score. And I think this is it. Yes, 100%. If we put in a performance, there's fight, there's desire, there's passion for the shirt. I want to see Tottenham pressing straight away, really getting into their faces. And you know what? If we do that for 90 minutes and we go down, even if we lost 3-0 and we were, Arsenal were just far better, but there was effort, whereas I'd be concerned, I'd be like, okay, at least I'm seeing something. What I don't want to see is Arsenal control the game, have 70% possession. Tottenham do absolutely nothing, not get a shot off, not lay a glove on Arsenal, and Arsenal winning at a canter. We cannot have that. Hopefully we won't. I'm confident there's going to be some sort of reaction from these players. Colin says Vic, nevertheless, is spreading to the back line. Nick, nervousness. Sorry, nevertheless, nervousness. Vic, yeah, I agree. He does get nervous, doesn't he? And he's unpredictable at times, and it does spread throughout the team. And that's why I would be looking to replace him in the summer. Would we replace him now, though, guys? I don't know. Guys, would you replace him now? I'm not sure I would, but definitely in the summer he needs replacing. Drula says 13 fit players. Mark, don't do us like that. Yeah, come on, Cookie. One extra. Well, is this? I mean, I'm guessing this is if Solanke's out, right? Because that team I brought up earlier, and this is the team that I think he will play. The team I brought up earlier is that's your 11, right? Vic, Spence, Souza, Polina, Dragishin, Van der Ven, Gallagher, Sabasuma, Simmons, Mawani. Then we got Gray on the bench. I'm guessing we're counting Kinski as well. So I'm guessing that's your 13. I'm trying to think who else we've got fit. Guys, is there anyone I've left out? Obviously I've left out Solanke because he's got a sore throat. But I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting one. I was hoping we would have some players back by now. As it is, we haven't. And it's not great. It's not great. Hotspur Flicks is in, says, Morning all. I'm going for 2-2 here. Arsenal bottled it against Brentford, but Wolves, wow. Spurs having a new manager effect. I can see a decent game from us. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one, Flicks. It really is, because on one hand, Arsenal are bottling it, no doubt about it. They're starting, the wheels are coming off a little bit, but you would think North London derby, perfect game for them to get their attitude right again and their focus right. And I don't think they're gonna just come and bot it. The interesting thing would be if they go 1-0 up, right? What do they do? Do they try to sit back and defend it, or do they keep going? Because that's what they did against Wolves. They went 2 up, and then as soon as it went to 2-1, Arsenal just sat back. It'd be interesting to see if they sit back against us, if they go in front. Hopefully they won't. Hopefully we're going front and Arsenal will just crumble. That's what I'm hoping, but we will see. Dr. Tottenham Therapy's in. Big up to you, mate. Says, morning, mate. How are you doing? Great show as always. Thank you so much, mate. Guys, get over to, I right and said the newest Tottenham channel on YouTube. Dr. Tottenham Therapy. Get over there, hit a subscribe. And of course, to everyone, Hotspur Flicks as well. Plus the pressure on Arsenal here, not Spurs. As I said earlier, I think the pressure's on both because, like I said, if West Ham win today against Bournemouth, suddenly there's only 2 points separating us from relegation. It's the same as Arsenal at the top, right? As us at the bottom. And whereas I don't think we go down, if Bournemouth do win, 2 points, suddenly we're one defeat away from dropping into the bottom three. So of course, Forest have got to do their job as well. But I think pressure's on both sides. But I do agree. I think Spurs have 11 more Premier League games to get themselves out of trouble. I think there's plenty of games to get 2 or 3 wins in that time, 3 or 4 wins even. Whereas Arsenal just have to keep churning out wins, because if they don't, City will catch them, because City are that team. They really are. But guys, get over to Hotspur Flicks, smash a sub for them, and to Tottenham Logic TV as well. Smash a sub for Tottenham Logic. He said, Igor said he's working on mentality before tactics, which is the perfect way to approach a new management job. I had to do the same in a previous job, and it worked. Fair play, mate. Fair play. And I think it's one of them, isn't it? I think tactics go a little bit out the window now. It is all about survival, and it's all about just getting results, And mentality is so important, so important. But big up to you. And yeah, I agree. I really do. Daniela's in, says, I felt confident at home. You felt confident at home in a season with one of the worst home records in the Premiership. You know what? It's just because we are at home. Regardless of whether our home form is bad, I'd still rather play at home than away. Does that make sense? I'd rather play Arsenal at the Lane than at the Emirates, of course. Because whereas our form is bad currently, the Emirates is even worse. So yeah, that's my answer. I'm still confident at home, regardless of our form. And I'm hopeful with a manager that's a bit more direct, a bit more front footed, that we will actually start attacking teams and not be worried about what might happen at the other end. For me, it's all about going forward, scoring some goals. But we'll see what happens. Big up to you, Daniela. Ghosted says, big up, Nige. Big up to you, Ghosted. I hope you're well. And then says, come on, you Spurs. Absolutely. Massive game for Spurs this weekend. Can we get something out of it? Ed M's in, says, morning, Nigel chat. I really liked how Tudor shook all journalists' hands. He knows how to instantly command respect. Absolutely. I saw that. Yep. And yeah, he's got something about him, hasn't he? Like I say, whether it's going to be enough to get all the Spurs fans on side, we will see. We will see. Listen, it's all about results now, isn't it? If he gets them, the Spurs fans will love him. If we start losing games and playing badly, then listen, we will turn on him as well, because it's what we do as a fan base, right? Colin says, why can't we recall loan players? It's criminal. You would think, wouldn't you, mate, with the amount of injuries we have, that we would be able to recall some kind of somebody. We've got players out on loan. Imagine a Buskovich in the centre of our defence now. I know he's young, but needed, really needed. And Mikey Moore on the left. I don't know why we can't do it. I guess Spurs felt they'd had enough. that they could let these players go out on loan and they don't get a recall. But it's biting us in the bum now. Daniela says yes. It's effort we want from our club, especially at home. Absolutely. It's all about effort, isn't it? It's all about effort. Tottenham Logic says for the Tifo, we should wave the plastic bottles in the air. No doubt we will do that. No doubt at some point in the game, if Arsenal get a corner, there's no doubt, not that I condone it, but there will be a few plastic bottles thrown towards them. Who knows? I've got to say, if Spurs built squads like they build Tifos, Tottenham would be Champions League winners. Our Tifos are absolutely grade A, first class, always. Other clubs just can't do it like Tottenham. But Spurs can't build a team, which is sad. But looking forward to seeing the Tifo tomorrow. We've all got an idea of what it kind of looks like, haven't we? It's the old retro Spurs badge, I think. So it's going to be interesting. Like I say, I do love a Tifo, and Tottenham do always do a great job there. Andrew Gregory says, great show last night. Cookie at the 2 marks. Absolutely. It was a great show. I didn't catch too much of it, Cook, because I was out and about and absolutely shattered. But what I saw of it, really good show with some great guests talking old school Tottenham, which is always nice talking old school Tottenham and memories and stuff like that. George says Vuskovic is even suspended for Hamburg. Oh, is he? Is he? I didn't know that. Fair play. But listen, Vuskovic has been a revelation, hasn't he, this season in Hamburg? And what do we make of it, guys? Do we bring him back in the summer? For me, we do. He's a Tottenham player. He's under contract. I know he wants to play with his brother, apparently, but you know what? You're a professional footballer. You're getting paid by Tottenham Hotspur. If we need you, and we do, get your ass back here. I think Vuskovic should be playing first team football for Tottenham next season. Just my opinion, but we will see what happens there. Drula says, surprise, surprise, the Gooner out with a sore throat. Such shock horror. Yeah, disappointing. I mean, like I said at the start, I do get it. If you've got a sore throat, if you've got, I don't know, a throat infection, glandular fever, something like that, obviously you do get a fever too. You do feel rough. I had to have my tonsils out at like 32 because I kept getting glandular fever every year, and it's not nice. But if you've just got a little sore throat, come on, man. Come on, you're a professional footballer. Take some medication, get on that pitch. But yeah, you would think he'd want to play, wouldn't you? Just to show Arsenal what they're missing. But it is what it is. We will see if he's fit enough. Hotspur Flick says, big up and thank you. Come on, you Spurs. No problem at all, mate. You know what? I think the smaller channels, we all have to support each other because it's difficult out there to get yourself out and about, and let's do what we can for each other. It is so important. Ghost is saying up the cherries, absolutely. Bournemouth fans for the day. Hopefully they get a result. Bournemouth are a funny side, aren't they? They could either be really good or absolutely woeful. So let's hope they get a result at West Ham today. Colin said a Man City result today will have a huge outcome on the game. Absolutely. Win the game for Man City puts a lot of pressure on Arsenal, doesn't it? Lose, and suddenly Arsenal have got, I want to say, a free hit, but suddenly they can go eight clear again. And, it's a massive game. Massive swings could happen today at both ends of the table or this weekend. So let's see what happens. Hopefully, Man City win this evening. Finn says, weird question maybe, but if Arsenal do score, would you prefer them to score first? The nerves seem to be kicking in for them when they go ahead. Yeah, I wouldn't be against it, mate. I wouldn't be against it. You know what? As long as it's tight. Obviously, what I don't want is Arsenal to be 2 up at half time. But if Arsenal are 1 up with, say, 20 minutes to go, I'm not against that because I think they will start to panic. And the chances are they will probably sit back, defend, try and keep the lead, maybe hit Tottenham on set pieces. But if Spurs will end to get an equaliser, I could see Arsenal just capitulating totally and maybe Spurs going on to win. So it's going to be an interesting game. What we don't want is Arsenal score a couple of quick goals and the game's away from us. As long as there's only one goal in it, I think we've got a chance because I do think Arsenal will start to panic. George says, hit the like for eyes, and if you want your oven cleaned, absolutely. If you want your oven cleaned, come to me. I mean, I only really drive within like a 45-minute radius. So anywhere around Wiltshire, I am there. I'm there, and I'm reasonably cheap as well. Daniela says, but West Ham are the form team. We don't have the injury crisis, and I will agree, it's crazy. It might be more than 4 or 5 games you have to win to stay up. You know what? I don't think it will be done. I'm not even including West Ham in this because I think West Ham will get out of it. I do. You're right. They are the form team. They are winning games. I think teams like Forest. I think you look at their run. It's a really tough run. You look at teams like Brighton, who I know are above Spurs at the moment, same amount of points, but they are dropping like a stone. They cannot buy a win at the moment. Leeds United doing well, but again, they've got some tough games. I can see West Ham getting out of it. I think it's going to be one of Forest and Leeds. That would be my two that will battle it out. I think Spurs will be fine. I really do. Um, and I think West Ham will be fine. I think West Ham are absolutely flying at the moment. Hopefully, sorry, Daniela, hopefully, Bournemouth do a job on them today just to give us a little bit of breathing space. But it wouldn't surprise me if West Ham won that comfortably as well. So we'll see what happens. Drula the Tudor, I like the name, says we've got a much better squad than Wolves, right? So we can get a win. We've got a better squad. I'm not sure about team currently, but we have got. Listen, Wolves are a funny side, aren't they? You know, obviously they've got a bit of a hoodoo over us, and we've got to go to Wolves yet. So, but yeah, again, listen, we've got the players there that could hurt Arsenal. So why can't we win? Why can't we win? I think we've got every chance. Guys, over 60 of you in the house, please smash a like, hit the subscribe if you haven't. Really would appreciate it. R. Williams says, morning, Nigel chat. Lot of dropping points at Wolves. They're going to be up for it. Question is, will we be? And that's an interesting one, isn't it? We have to be up for it, right? Surely we have to be up for it. It's a massive game for Tottenham. It's a massive game for both teams. And in fact, if you're looking through all the Premier League games, it is a massive games all over the Premier League. So much at stake at the moment. But you know what? It's one of the most high stakes North London derbies, I think, in many years. You know, I really do. I think Arsenal going for the title. Can they win it? Can they get over the line? Starting to bottle it, starting to panic. And then we have Spurs near the bottom of the league. We never thought we'd say it, did we? After last season, I didn't think it could get any worse. It absolutely has. Can we get out of it? I think we can. But these games are massive and points need to be picked up. But let's see what happens. Colin says best form of defense is attack. Absolutely. And the problem under Frank is the best form of defense was to try and defend and hit long balls. For me, it just wasn't my football. Um, Hopefully Tudor will be looking and getting his team to attack Arsenal and saying that we've got to go forward. The only way you win games is to score goals. We're not going to score goals by sitting back. And hopefully we'll be taking some shots from outside the box. I am so fed up with Spurs trying to walk the ball in. We need to start taking pot shots on Arsenal, and hopefully we will tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Then Epic 20 says, who's brainwashed was it let Vuskovic and Moore go out alone in the first place? Whose brainwave? I can't let you read this morning. No, can't see without my glasses. Yeah, I agree. It's one of them, isn't it? But I guess at the time, you look at the squad. If you look at our squad when everyone's fit, and even if we got 4 or 5 injuries, it's a big squad. So I'm guessing we thought, what's the point in keeping them? They're going to get better game time away, which they are. But now we're at a point in it's like we really need players. We really need bodies. And because if we get a couple more injuries, we really are down to the younger players, you know, and there's a lot of pressure on them then, especially if we keep losing games. But we'll see what happens. Tottenham Logic says, if I gave you a choice between a 1-0 loss but a great performance or a draw with Arsenal dominating, would you take, considering we still have 11? Oh, that's a good question, mate. No, it's all about stopping Arsenal for me. I know that's really sad, but a 1-0 defeat and play brilliant, or a draw and Arsenal dominating the Spurs getting outclassed, I take the draw all day long. Just because I can't just can't. The thought of Arsenal winning the league is hurting me. And not only the league, FA Cup, they're getting all the best draws. Are in the final of the League Cup, and they're still in the Champions League. They could win the quad this year, guys. They could win the quad. So any help we can, put towards stopping that, then for me, it's all about a point. I 100% get your question, mate. 100% get it. But for me, it's all about the point. Guys, let us know what you think. Performance or point? And I know earlier I said performance, but when you drop a question in like that, yeah, I have to go for the draw. I have to go for the draw. Guys, let me know what you think. Steve's in, said, good morning, Nige. Hope you're good. I am really well, mate. I hope you are well. And he then says, our Tifo is better than Arsenal's tea towel effort. Yeah, that was pathetic, wasn't it? That was pathetic. But let's see. I mean, Arsenal crap at Tifos, but top of the league. We are Champions League style Tifos. But look where we are. I love a good tifo. So what can you do? Drula says we've got Dele Ali back at the stadium. He knows what a North London derby means. Hopefully, he can hype these players up. Absolutely, absolutely. It'd be great to see Dele Ali back at the Lane tomorrow as a guest. As a guest, I am saying, listen, he is a free agent. That's what I'm saying. I wonder how fit he is. I wonder how fit he is. And guys, I know it's a crazy, stupid question, stupid thing to say because Dele Alli has not played Premier League football for years. But if we got a couple more injuries and Dele Alli is like match fit, I don't know. That's how desperate we are, right? Um, I love Dele. I really do. I absolutely love him. Tottenham Logic says Vuskovic will 100% be on our first team next season. I don't care about his age. He's phenomenal. I agree. I agree. He needs to come back to Tottenham next season and be part of this first team and hopefully drive us towards better days. I was going to say drive us towards Champions League football, but what am I talking about? We are terrible at the moment. But we'll see what happens. I agree though. I do agree. Spurs side chat, big up to you. I hope you are, mate. It says we need a massive rebuild. If you don't want to be here, don't want yeah, if you don't want to be here, don't want you at our club. Absolutely agree, 100%. And listen, I'd be looking to get a massive clear out in the summer. Get rid of these players that don't want to be here. And there's plenty. There is plenty of players here that do not want to be at Tottenham. I can guarantee you that. But, I'm excited for the future, guys. I am. And I know that sounds absolutely delusional at the moment. We're in a relegation battle, but I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for the new manager coming in the summer. Let's hope it's a manager that we want. I mean, most of you will know that I'd love to get Poch back. It is with the heart more than the head. I agree with you 100% before you jump down my throat. But I would love Poch back. I'm interested to see what he could do with a new team and a new rebuild. And hopefully he gets backed if he is brought in. Hopefully whoever comes in gets backed. But what I want to see is a manager who plays front-footed attacking football, the Tottenham way. And for me, the Tottenham way is attacking, is not worried about what the opposition are going to do. But we will see what happens. I agree, though, Spurs, side chat, massive, massive rebuild ahead. Daniela says, question, to aim you Spurs fans with 2 seasons and a lot of injuries, should Spurs fans start demanding an independent inquiry on why this is happening? It's an interesting one, Daniela, because we have changed our medical team a couple of times, I think. There seems to be something fundamentally wrong. It's either that or it's just incredibly bad luck, or we are literally cursed as a club. But it's 2 years now of bad injuries. And last season, I put a lot of the injuries down, and I'll be the first to admit it, hold my hands up and say I put a lot of the injuries down to Ange Postecoglou. But clearly it wasn't all on him because we're getting similar, different kinds of injuries, obviously. Under Postecoglou, it's a lot of hamstrings, a lot of pulls, a lot of muscle injuries. Whereas this year, they are just more serious. Everything seems to be a serious injury. A player goes down and he's out for like 2 months. Look at Odebell, innocuous. Just went up for a ball and he's out for the season. It's some of the injuries we're getting are crazy. I just think a lot of it, I do think a lot of it is bad luck, but we'll see what happens going forward. UK Darren fan said, for fuck's sake, it Spurs win tomorrow. Beat the big head Gooners. I really hope we do. I really hope we do. It would be lovely, wouldn't it, to stick one on the Gooners? But it's going to be really difficult. It is going to be difficult. Drula says Lang accepts responsibility for his part in Spurs' struggles. He revealed he's on a standard contract with no fixed term. What does that mean? Is he going? I hope so. I never knew that. Interesting. He's got to go, hasn't he? He's got to go. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. He has to go, and he has to go. He's not going to go now. Clearly, he should go now. Give us time to get someone in and get plans in place for the summer. But I think again, it all depends who we bring in as manager, right? It all depends who we bring in. But 100%, he needs to go. He should have gone. He should have gone a long time ago. Daniela says, yes, I agree with, and remember, Sheffield United threw away 10-point lead in 10 games to get relegated. Yeah, listen, it can be done. It can be done. I think as Spurs fans, we would be stupid if we ignored the fact that we could go down. We need wins, and the more the better. We will see what happens. Tottenham Logic says, if this video hits over 50 likes, it's a scientific fact. Tottenham will beat Arsenal. So please hit those likes, people. Yeah, apparently it is a fact. If you hit 50 likes on this stream, that Spurs beat Arsenal tomorrow. Of course, if we don't come back to me. Don't shoot a messenger. Tottenham Logic said. So get over to his channel and put a thumbs down. No, put a thumbs up and subscribe to Tottenham Logic TV. Ricky Villa says, if Tudor puts his money where his mouth is, then I'm looking forward to the match, getting into those South London nomads from the first minute. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. 100% agree, guys. If you haven't got over to Ricky Villa TV, get over to Ricky Villa TV and smash a sub. Always does great shows on a Sunday, light-hearted but serious at the same time. So if you want to, if you want to have a good, really easy watching Sunday morning, get over to Ricky Villa TV and subscribe to their channel. Tottenham Logic says if Arsenal win the quad, I'll cancel my channel. Don't say that, mate. Don't say that. You'll have to then. You'll have to cancel it. And you can't. So I think, listen, Arsenal might win the quad. What are we going to do as Spurs if Arsenal win the quad? Football's done, right? Football's over. We might as well not bother anymore. But yeah, we will see. We will see. UK Darren says, Ars are winning FA. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? A bit like Spurs in '87. Anyone remember 1987 when Spurs? I know they finished. I think they finished third in the Premier League, the old Division One. They finished third, but they were up near the top all season. Lost in the FA Cup final. Got knocked out in the semi-final of the League Cup against Arsenal in a season and in games where we were never behind in, but we lost. Weird when I've got an itchy nose, which is always good. Finn says letting Moore and Buskovich go out on loan was basically completely ignoring the fact that we have had a horrible injury record over the past couple of seasons. Ridiculous decision. We should have certainly had a callback on them. We should have put something in the contract to say that we could call them back if we needed them. Daniela said Arsenal have some big games in March, so I expect them to be weak, to put a weaker team out at Wrexham, which could turn into a banana skid game. It could, yeah, it could. It's going to be interesting for certain. I think, Arsenal do have some tough games coming up. Of course, they have us. Then they have Chelsea. I think Chelsea next. So listen, this Premier League season could turn on its head within the next couple of weeks. We will see. We will see. UK Darren says, so I meant Stoke City. Not good. And do we have a troll in the house? We do. Big up to you, Rich. Says, love this pure waffle. Listen, it is what it is. Are you guys going to beat us tomorrow? You should do. Listen, you should beat us. You're top of the league, right? We will see, though. We will see. But thanks for coming in. Smash that like button while you're in it and hit the subscribe if you want to. If you want to hear about the best team in North London, of course. Andrew Gregory says some of the old legends in the stand are available. Yeah, we might need them, mate. We might need them. Machina Joe, big up to you. Machina says Tudor is not scared of Arsenal. The Croatian derby is hooligan infest. Luka Vuskovic comes from the same club. Oh, it's such a shame that we haven't got Vuskovic back for these last 12 games. It really is. And listen, this is where we are, Spurs fans, right? We are relying on an 18-year-old, but it is what it is. Bindaloo says, big up, Nige, from Rambag Palace, Japai. I think I said that right. Flying back home soon. Don't you lot mess up now and have you in your own backyard. Big up to you, mate. Safe flight home. I hope you had a great time over there. And yeah, listen, it's a massive game for Tottenham. Massive game for Tottenham, but big game for Arsenal as well. Big game for Arsenal as well. And Rich says, Deli Ali, Desperados. Absolutely. We've got Ali, Deli Ali. Just don't think you understand. What a song. The greatest song in the history of football. Rich then says, Pooch from the Battersea Dogs home. Oh, listen, it's going to be an interesting game tomorrow. You're coming in hot, and I like it. I do like it, but um, we will see what happens. Spurs side chat says, I'm hoping it's not Poch. Fair enough, mate. Who do you want in charge? Who do you want in charge? Who would be the manager you would love to come in and take Spurs forward? Take Spurs forward. Thank you to the one subscriber that's just subscribed. Guys, if you haven't subbed to the channel, please sub. Over 60 in this morning. I'm sure all of you haven't subbed, so a sub would be great. But hit that like button as well. It is so important. Vindaloo said, a Tudor, the Tudor. And then he goes, in a bit. You're not going anywhere yet, Vindaloo, surely. Dark Cry says, Vindaloo. We got a few Arsenal fans in here this morning, which is always good to see. Rich says, Spursy have two sucker up Super Sunday. Listen, I think the Gooners are turning a bit Spursy at the moment, aren't they? Two up against Wolves, blowing it, can't beat Brentford, losing to United. You know, the pressure's on, boys. The pressure is on. Are you feeling the pressure? Are you feeling the heat? I think you are. Let's see what happens. Judah says, Vindaloo, great to have you back. Well, sort of. See you tomorrow. And Rich says, this is hilarious. Super Spursy waffle. We like a bit of Spursy waffle. We love it here, especially with a bit of honey on. Oh, I've got a good... I love it when the Gooners come in and start giving it some because, you know what? I think they could come unstuck tomorrow. I'm getting confident with every minute that goes by, but let's see what happens. Machina Joe says, Arsenal won't win the quad. Arsenal won't win anything, let alone the quad. I hope not, mate. I hope not. I really do. Drula says they can't even beat relegated Wolves and they're going to win the quad. Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you say it like that, you kind of think, okay, they probably aren't going to win the quad. They probably aren't going to win. Probably going to be fine. Daniela says Arsenal are not winning the quad. As I say, and I say this as a West Ham fan, everyone said Liverpool would do it at Klopp last season. One big defeat and it ended. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Let's hope that's true. I really do hope that Arsenal do not win anything this season. It would be just magnificent, magnificent if Arsenal just fell away and bottled everything. It would be beautiful to watch, but let's see. Ed M says Arsenal fans waff off fear. I can smell it off them. Yeah, they are. They are. They're fearful. They're panicking. They know that they're up against it. They were cruising, absolutely cruising earlier on in the season. In fact, they were cruising a month ago. The season and the title was theirs to lose. And slowly but surely, they are losing it. Week by week, Man City are catching. And just like it's in Arsenal's hands now, it's also in Man City's hands. Man City win every game. Man City win the league. And let's see what happens. Same for Arsenal as well, of course. Steve says, Arsenal are like a Formula One race, lead for the first 28 laps and then always finish second. Yeah, they always go into the pits, don't they? Some sort of malfunction, when the wheels don't go on properly, and by the time they come out, they have blown their lead, and it's always nice to see. Bin says Arsenal bottling games, and Chelsea currently comeback kings in games. Could be another blow for the Gooners. Absolutely. Listen, I'm really enjoying this season actually. Even though Spurs are terrible, I am starting to really enjoy it because, like I said, a month ago, it was one of the most one-sided Premier League seasons ever. Arsenal were cruising. Suddenly, they've been pegged back, and it's not so easy for them. So we'll see what happens. We will see. I think there's a lot more twists and turns to go yet. Daniela says, and I thought Vindaloo was a London slang for I have the shits. Guys, give me a score prediction for tomorrow before we wrap it up. I am going to pass you on to the 2 Mark show. Give me a score prediction for tomorrow. Can we get 3 points? Can we get a point? For me, like I say, performance is all important, absolutely. But if we could get a point tomorrow, that would be a great result for Spurs. It would also be a great result just to stick another dent, another knife into Arsenal's title charge. What do we think the score is going to be? Can we get 3 points? Can we upset everybody? Nobody's expecting a Tottenham win. Can we go and beat the arse and really stick it to them? Let's have a look in the chat. Drula is going for a 2-1 Spurs victory. I love it. Finn is saying 2-2. I take a Desmond all day long. George is going for 1-1. Edem, I'm loving the confidence. It'll be 2-0 to us. I love that. Ghost is saying my confidence has grown over the last few days. I smell the fear from the Gooners. 2-1 to Spurs. Love it. I've noticed the Gooners have all gone quiet in the chat now. Maybe they've had enough. Maybe they've had enough. But you know what? I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw now. I would take a point. I got a feeling for a Xavi Simons thunderbolt that's gonna get us a point, and Arsenal are gonna be. You know what? I'd love it to be a winner, but I just got a feeling I can just see a Xavi thunderbolt and a few Arsenal players on their knees at the end, and absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Future's bright. Future's lily white. Big up to you. Saying I had a dream. What was a dream? Was it a Spurs victory? I hope so. I really do. I think, you know what? The more I talk, the more confident I'm getting. I know that will probably change tomorrow. Um, During when it gets close to game time, I start, thinking, okay, this is going to be tough. But right now, I'm very confident the Spurs can get something out of the game. Future's bright, future's lily white. It says, I had a dream we won 1-0, so I'm sticking with it. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely brilliant. I love to see it. I love to see it. And Cookie says that's because they bottled it again, Nige, as usual. They have. They've come into the chat hot. Well, one guy's come into the chat hot. Vindaloo's always welcome in there. One guy's come into the chat hot, giving it large, and then it's disappeared when I've asked for a score prediction. Probably because he thinks that Arsenal are going to lose as well, deep down, or at least not win. And let's remember, guys, as far as I'm concerned, if we stop Arsenal winning, that stops Arsenal from getting further away from City, and then literally it is City's to lose. But let's see what happens. George says, great minds think alike. Absolutely. Gotta love a bit of Arsenal bottling. Absolutely love it. Guys, I'm pretty much going to leave it there. What I am going to say is get over to the 2 Mark show, smash a like, hit a subscribe for them. I will be back in the morning with another North London Derby Sunday breakfast show. Hopefully, we'll be talking. We might have more of an idea of who's playing for Spurs tomorrow. Who knows? We will see. But guys, have a fantastic day. Spurs aren't going to ruin it today, so that's all good. Enjoy the football. Hoping for a Bournemouth win. Sorry, Daniela, and a Man City win. And we will see what happens. Rodney's going for a 2-2. Ghost is saying the Blue Sharks are circling. They absolutely are. Daniela says, sorry, Arsenal 3-1. I think the draw at Wolves was not a good result for you. Arsenal will want revenge. and you will look like you've had a hiccup. Yeah, listen, I agree. I think that draw for Arsenal against Wolves will focus them a little bit more for this game. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, no doubt about it. But I think we've got it in us to get a point. 100%. Ed Emson, bottlers forever, whatever the weather. Absolutely agree. 100%. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to pass you over to the Two Mark Show. Hit a subscribe, hit a like for them. Say Pure Coys Raid when you get over there. Have a great, great Saturday. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Pure Coys.